photogrammetry. Okay, so you can understand it's a photo is in the photos. Grammetry means what? So many grammetries are there na? What is called grammetry. So this is a stereotypic explaining. So no need to. Metry means what? Metrological departments. What is metry? What is gra? What is gra? These are all words you came through from last 4 5 years. What is photogrammetry? Huh? So you can find out the what is called by metry and what is called by gra. These are the different words. Grammetry means gra is different, metry is different. So you can find out because these are the terms will come so many times you came across these terms. So you need to understand what is a metry and what is a gra. If you search it, you will get so many examples also there. But finally, I will say what is a photogrammetry exactly. See, is a science, is a science, not a pseudoscience, not a theoretical science. Science of obtaining. Someone is disturbing. See, information about physical objects through process of recording, measuring, and interpreting of photographs of the area. That is the exactly definition. See, it is a science of obtaining the information about the physical objects through process of recording, measuring, and interpretation of photographs of the area. So that means what? That means what? Just to take a photos of that area, photos of that area. Then based on that photo, you can, that is a recording. This is a recording procedure. Okay, recording. Take a photo. Take a photos of different angles or different timetables or something, some elapsed time. You take a photos. Later through photos, you can measure the elevations, distances and elevations of objectives or a points. It's a objects means some of the trees are there, some of the buildings are there, anything, or points if it is a free land without any instrument, without any objects. Up points, objects or points, you can find out the distances from between those 2 points. Any, if you want any 2 points are there, distances between those distance between those 2 points or elevation of that points, you can measure, you can measure and also interpret it. Interpret means what? Interpretation through compare with other lands. Interpret it into details. So if you see, photographs are different exactly. So if you see, if any building is there, if you see any building is there, if you take a photo, if you take a photo, it's this point, ground point and top point also there in the same ground na? Same situation, same position. But in photograph we see, we get different different positions. So we need interpretation of that photos. We need interpretation of photos. That means what? To detail about the what is a photo, how the photo is formed, how the photo is formed. Photo has some rules and regulations. If you take in a photo, how the photo is formed. So we have to interpreted the photos. We can get the more details. Okay, interpreted the photos, we can get more details. Okay, how the photo is formed, what is the what are the rules and regulations of the photo. We can interpret the photos of sequence of photos or bulk of photos. We can find out the details of everything. Interpreted, measuring, same. Okay, interpreted we can get more. Okay, so that is the interpretation of this photographs. This is called a photograph. That is called photogrammetry. Understood? So if any land is there, land, if any land is there, some building is there, some pond is there, some trees, some house. Maybe we have to draw in three-dimensional. I can't draw. I am not an artist. So, okay. So if it is there like this, if you take in a photo, sir, how can we take a photo? Photo, which angle? Which angle we require a photo? That's it. No? That's the next thing. So if you see photos, we can take through terrestrial. Terrestrial means, see, if it is an object, you can take a radial direction. So horizontal direction. And if you sitting in a room and you can take a photo through window or anything through horizontal direction, you can take it photo. You can capture certain amount of area. Okay, that is called terrestrial photography. Okay, terrestrial photography. You can took the photos of aerial direction. See, horizontal direction. Otherwise, you can took the photos by vertical direction by aeroplane. So, okay, by aeroplane, you can capture the area. Capture the area. You can capture. So this is a aerial photographs. Aerial photographs. If any photo also, you can get the details. Are understood? If you just took the photo of you through horizontal direction, you will see so many objects in the surroundings. You can capture those images of those in a horizontal photograph. And if you take an aerial photograph also, you can take it. So those are the purposes, are two different purposes. Are understood? So in this photogrammetry, we have two types: terrestrial photography and aerial photography. Okay, so most of the previous previous generation we use terrestrial photography. Now no one uses, almost. It's not an exact way, because if you take an aerial photography, you can get the exact details. Not an exact details. If you capture the aerial, you can get the exact certain amount of area into the photograph. But if you take in a horizontal direction, if you take in a horizontal projection, see, if you take in a horizontal projection, so sorry, if you take in a horizontal projection, so how much details you will get? You will get so much details, so many details. So what is the problem? The problem arises when, if you take in a horizontal terrestrial photography, so image details are more, details more, so the image information is more, more objects we can capture the photograph. But if you see, our camera has certain pixels are there. So pixels means, if 30, everyone has mobile, if see, so 16 mp, so 16 megapixels are pixels are there. If you, what is that meaning? What is that meaning? In the image, if you see, in the image, it is image, 16 megapixel means it has 16 boxes are there. So every detail, see, it covered 1 pixel. So 1 megapixel, okay, 16 megapixels, 1 megapixel, 1 pixel, 16 pixel. Okay, so it covers 1 pixel. If you see, the information is more on that picture. See that it this this megapixel, this area also covers so many details. So many details are there. So that covers only 1 megapixel. So you can go through the information or each details. So minor details, you can't get it, because you can't because it has a more area. So that means it covers more area. It covers more area, na? It covers more area, but it covers only 1 megapixel. It can't give the details. That's why megapixels are increasing, na? Today 108 megapixels also there. But if you see the terrestrial photography, if you see the aerial photography, the area is very small. You can fix the area. But in a horizontal terrestrial photography, you can't. If you put a so projection, you will get so many details. You can't control it. You can control it, okay, cropping something, but it try to capture more area. But in terrestrial, in aerial photography, it capture exact certain value because it has a it has a boundaries. It has a boundaries. Now the projection has boundaries, but horizontal there is no boundaries. So if you see same, if you took a horizontal vertical photography or aerial photography, it has same thing. You see same thing, but it has some small area. It covers 1 megapixel. Small area, it covers 1 megapixel. So you can interpret the information. You can get more details. That's it, na? That's it. That's why we can use the aerial photographs are better uses. Better uses surveying, military purpose, everything. You can use aerial photographs. Terrestrial photographs also using. Terrestrial photographs also using, but we can't get that much details from terrestrial photography, but we can get more details, more information from aerial photography. So understood? So that is that is the difference between terrestrial photography and aerial photography. You can call this aerial photography as vertical photogrammetry or vertical photographs. Okay, vertical photogrammetry, aerial photography, anything. So this is a terrestrial. Terrestrial means what? Terrain means what? Terrestrial, on the land. Terrestrial means on the land. On the land, you can take the pictures of horizontal photography. Are understood? So that's it. So how can you take, sir, performing? How can you performing? So if you see some of the land is there. You can fly through the aeroplane. You can cover for one instant. You can cover this much of photograph. For the next moment, it covers again photograph, again photograph, so again photograph. So how can we? So we can't take the photographs like this, because if you take it like this, you can get only two dimensional analysis. Two-dimensional, we can get information of only where the objects are there, but if you could get the photos of interlapping, you can get three-dimensional view. Three dimensions. So what is three-dimensional? You can get the elevation information also. So if you see, you get the information of the details in three-dimension also, not only restricted to two-dimensional. We can get the elevation of objects also to taking the photos of interpreted. See, overlapping. So how? We'll see later. We will show you later. So to take the photos with certain overlapping, mostly it's a 60% of the direction overlapping, but 30% of horizontal overlapping. Horizontal overlapping means to take this one time, so second time it goes to this time. Vehicle is moving like this. So see, I will give. So this is one photo. Second photo is like this. If the vehicle is moving like this, 60% off in the direction. But again, if you want taken next details, you take like this. Okay, if you take like this, it only covers 30%. It requires, at least it's required 30%. If you take in a more percent, you will get more details. Okay, 30%. But if you take in so many photographs to interpret those photographs, it's too much hectic process. So they covered it 60%, they covered it 30%. Horizontal way it's 30%, in the direction it's goes 60%. Okay, so overlapping, take overlapping photographs and make it interpreted as photographs, you can get the details. Interpreted of the photographs, you can get the details in two-dimensional, three-dimensional. We can say exactly what is the distance between those two objectives, what is distance between 2 points, and we can also say the elevation also. That's it. I will say once again, I will say distances and elevations of that points. If you know the elevations, see, if you know the elevation of every point, how can you, what is the purpose, what is the purpose? If you know the elevations, you can draw contours also. Contour maps is what? Elevations. What is that elevation? That is a contour. You can draw contour maps of every field. That's it. That's it. That's it. You can draw contours also. Contour maps. So okay, that's it. So these are the introduction of the photogrammetry. There is a terrestrial photograph and aerial photograph. Okay, so we can take the pictures from our instruments for that area. We can interpret that pictures, we can get the details, of that picture, that area. That is the photogrammetry. So what is the terrestrial photography, what is the aerial photography? See, what are the parts, how can we interpret it, what is the scales, everything we will see it is. First, we have to understood, you have to understood one thing, you have to understood, we can take the pictures from camera. So how the camera is functioning, we have to understood. First, it is analytical camera. So if now it is a digital camera, what is the analytical camera? Oh, what is the analytical camera? It will give photograph. Digital camera give image. Sir, what is difference between photograph and image? What is difference between photograph and image? So how the analytical camera is working? Previously, maybe you didn't remember, but when we was children, we have an analytical cameras only. When we have a school parties or everything, we rent a one camera and we buy a one reel. You already, I think you know it. Reel has 32 or 36 pictures are there. That is a fixed. Kodak cameras are there. Nowadays it's collapsed. The company is collapsing, but at the time it's a famous. Kodak camera is very prestigious issue. If you have a Kodak camera, you can rent it. Kodak camera and reel is there 32. So that has what it has? It has a film. It has a film. You can roll it and place it and you can click it. You got the picture. And we call it as a negative. Later, through hectic, some process are there, some chemicals using, we can get the positive image. No? Positive image. That is a picture. You stored it. Maybe you can see through your father, mother photos in your balcony, in your home rooms. Those are all taken from the analytical cameras through negatives. Once the negative is exposes to the light, it captures the image, but it can't reuse. Once it exposes the sunlight, it's over. That's it, end. So at the time, it is a very funny scenes are there. Previously, if you see in some movies, you observe it. Once the reel is opened, it's gone, because it exposes the sun, it captures the images. That's enough. So no need, so don't have a chance to reuse. So in your language, if you take it, the pictures, so movies also there. Previously, they use a same analytical cameras, they use a reel film. So the movie cost depends on how much length of the film is there. So because they fixed the length of the film and they conduct working shops to acting, previously before coming to the in front of the camera, then they control the film length, because the film is too cost. So nowadays it's a digital cameras will come. In this digital camera, there is no film. So you can take any number of times, you can use any number of times. There is a storage of digital images are different. There is no negative films are there, there is no positive film there. There is no negative, there is no positive. So you can directly captures the image in digital format. Okay, so that's why nowadays the movies getting too much production of time. Because why? Every time they ask to interest retake, because they don't bother about the film cost. They try to retake. That's why the length of the production, so time frame of the production is too large. Okay, so uh, that's the evolution of the camera. First picture, I think 1838 or 1840. At the time they started to capture the images, but extensively using the in World War I, extensively using World War One. This the photogrammetry technique also came into picture in World War One, because through flights they can capture so many photographs of outer opposition area. They plan the attacks. Okay, so they can't chance to survey through equipments to go to that land. They just went out through flight and they captures the images and they plan for the war tactics. Okay, so that's why World War I is most famous for photogrammetry. Not only photogrammetry, every almost 60 to 70% of inventions, 60 to 7% of inventions also happening in World War I, because need is the best source for invention. That's the something phrase is there. Need is there, invention will come. So at the time, so many countries fought now. So every country started to find out the inventions. So if you see the German World War I loser invented so many things at the time. Gamma rays. It's not only rays, so many radio frequencies, television frequencies, sound frequency, interpretation of voice readings, everything will came into the picture at the time. Atomic bomb, hydrogen bombs, explosives, everything inventions happened at World War I. Photogrammetry also at the time extensively used, because photo already captured 1840 something, 1830, 1840. They started to capture the photos. Okay, so that's it. So these are the digital camera. We can call it as an image, not a photograph. But you can use analytical camera. We can call it as a photograph. But these are all two synonyms. Now we can use anything. No problem at all. No problem. Okay, photograph and image are two small difference is there. So it's called negative. It is a negative. We can through some chemical process we can get the positive image. So what is a negative image? What is a positive image? What is a negative image? What is a positive image? Why it is called a negative? So how it is camera is working? So next is how camera is working. How camera is working? So camera has something what is called. Camera has mouthpiece. It has lenses are there. Lens is there like this. Lens is there. It is called a, that is a lens plate. That is a film. Film is there. How camera is working? So if you take a light is that's it. Na? Otherwise, if you take another readings also. So that's it. Na? Camera is working. It is a lens. It is a lens. It is a shutter. Shutter. It has a film. It is a film. Yeah. It is a film. It is a film. Once you open the shutter and click it, what happened? Light will come. Light will come into the exposure to the lens, and it exposes the film. It exposes the film. The light where it came, maybe it will came like this. Something you can call this. Okay. It is image. It is objective. Maybe it call it objective. The light will come from the objective, and through the lens it hits the film. Then the image is formed. So the light is the primary source. Light is the primary source. Na? Light is the primary source. So what is that light? What is that light? Light has a velocity of c gamma into omega c, wavelength into frequency, wavelength into frequency. So which rays? Light has so many different ways are there na. So light, what is that waves? So it is a visible range 400 to 700 nanometers are there. It's a visible range na. So later wavelength is increasing, you will get microwaves. Microwaves are there. So wavelength is decreasing, it has a zone of UV rays, UV rays, gamma rays, X-rays, it will come. So these are the, you already know it. Otherwise, if you see once again, you have to see, because we already explained somewhere where it is this EDM instruments. You can observe it. You can observe it. See, you can observe it. So wavelengths, visible range, and infrared and ultraviolet rate. Are understood? See, so this is a visible range. This is the visible range. So okay, so frequency is increasing, ultraviolet rays, gamma rays, X-rays and gamma rays. So wavelength is increasing, alpha, infrared rays, radar rays, FM, TV, short waves, AM. So this has a frequency is c, energy is reducing. So energy, frequency, same thing almost, not exactly. So wavelength and frequency and energy frequency same ratio. Okay, so in a photograph, what we use a visible range only, not a ultraviolet rays, not a infrared rays. We use a visible range. Visible range has 400 to 700 nanometers. So okay, 700 is vib jar, vib jar, we can call it as vib jar, jar, g or g jar, vib jar. So vib jar range violet and red, in between these reds. So okay, vib jar violet and red, 400 to 700. So there we use the visible range of light to form the images, understood? So that's it. This is a X-ray, this is a electromagnetic wavelengths, electromagnetic rays. Okay, the sect divid. So you already know it. This is electromagnetic spectrum, we already discussed it, no need to discuss again. So electromagnetic spectrum, UV rays, X-rays and gamma rays here. So this is the microwaves. So later, so we use only this range, visible range, sunlight we use in the, capture the images. That's the one thing. So later it is a lens, convex or concave, concave, it's a convex, it's a concave, convex. Convex has its accumulate everything. Concave is disrupt in everything. We use a convex lens. I think most probably convex lens is this. Lens is this. Okay. So see, what is this called? This calls a focal length. This has a focal length. Na? This has a focal length. Once again, see, if you see, observe it. Why it is called a negative? Why it is called negative? It's called because the image is formed and the film is on opposite side. Opposite side. Are understood? So otherwise, if you see, once again, if you see, it's a lens. It is a image photo. So if it is a image objective, it is A, it is a B is there. So you can take, it will form B and A. Are understood? Maybe it's C, it will form C. It's a D, it will D. Are understood? So the image formed on the film is an upside down. Upside down. That's why we call it as a negative. negative. Later through process we will get, through process we get it, what we will get it, we get exactly positive image, positive image. If you otherwise, if you consult any Photoshop, now it is a digital Photoshop. Previously just to 5 years back also there, so Photoshop is there. They just sit on the, just sit in front of him and he took the photo. He will give the photos 3 days later, 4 days later, because he got the film and he, through some process, he changed the negative to the positive image and he submitted to our, nowadays digital cameras, they will give your photos within 5 minutes, because just a digital image he got in his system, he just crop it and he gave it, that's it na? So previously it's called a negative, now it's a digital images, now it is a digital images. How the image is stored in a digital format, you can't ask me. I don't know exactly the digital image processing. Digital image processing is a one subject for CSC, one subject in a CSC. You can consult your CSC students, your classmates, they can explain but they will go through this subject in a fourth year, third year, I think. Digital image processing is a hectic subjects, and through everything is a codal 0 1 storage, how the storage is happening, how the image we can process, that's, you can't ask me. Okay, nowadays it's a digital image processing, so that's it, there is a positive image. So in a theoretical there is no positive image in the diagram, but you can take it. If you see, if you take, you see one thing, you can observe it. So exactly the line, there is a center line. Okay, so this is, maybe you can call it as, this is objective. Okay, this is objective A D C B C, sorry, C C B. Okay, this is objective, you can call it as, this is object, this is a focal length, this is a focal length. So this is called a negative frame, it's a negative image or negative photogrammetry. So if you see, observe it, this is a objective, this is a negative image, but you can go through the, if you want to explain other things or if you want to understand the for images, you need exact representation of that photo, not in a negative size upside down, but we would need exact exact form. So that's why in theoretical, see, in theoretical, exactly the same focal length distance, same focal length distance before the lens, before the lens, you can get the image. This is the image na, it is a positive image, this is the image, but it's in theoretical, there is no lenses are there, there is no film are there, but you can, through, you can get the image, but only theoretical purpose, explanation to you or understanding of it. So first you can just strike out, you can't understand, you can't, it is object and we can get the negative here, this object we can get negative, but what exactly the exactly negative image, the size, see the size, it is a size has something na. So exactly it's the distance of focal length, so observe it, it is the same focal length, you can get the same focal length from this same distance. If these two distances are equal, the image is same image. For your explanation purpose, for your explanation purpose, just understand there is no image at all. Okay, same image will, we can get this na, we can get it same height, same image, same length, because these two lengths are equal. So equilateral triangle, same, this has how much it is length, height is there, this also height is same. So for your explanation purpose, for your understanding purpose, every time we call it as a, this is a positive plate, there is no plate at here, there is no plate, there is no plate thing, we can call it as a positive image, positive image, we can understand exactly the same size na? Same size of the image, you can get it here, you can get here. So that's why for your understanding we can assume that it has some plate, it has a formation of the image exactly what we required, what we want. That is a positive. See, it's a B, C, B. But it has, in a fill, we can take B, C, D. It's a upside down, negative image. Okay. So in the next class, everything class, we can take it as a positive image. But there is no image here. If you see, there is no lens here. There is no lens here. Nothing lens is there. That's a shutter is there. If you see and observe it, most of the telegraphic pictures are, we have, most of the telegraph pictures has this, we can call it as a positive image. Positive image, because mostly this is focal length, this is also focal length. If it taken as the distance of same thing, if you see exactly the image is formed here, you can form here also. There is no plate at all, so we can't see it. But for explanation, for your explanation, okay, so exactly we'll get the same here, exactly in the same alignment, not in upside down, not in upside down. Okay, I understood. It's a length, it's a focal length. So it's length, it's a focal length, it's image negative. How it is working, cameras are there. Okay, how it is digital image storage, you can't ask me. Digital image storing is on, everything is in 0 1 0 1 binary digits, they stored it, the processing unit can't understand. Okay, so this is a how the camera is working, negative and positive pictures, focal length, focal length, it's a focal distance, everything is a focal distance. Okay, so that's it. And you can observe lastly one thing, if it is a camera, it is a ground is there, so ground is there, it is a focal length, it is a focal length. Okay, if you see same height, if you see same height, if you focal length is this much, you will get this details, that area. If it is the focal length is very small, some it is very small, very small, it is very small. If you observe it, focal length is very small, you will capture more area, more area. If you capture more area means what, you will get more objectives, but details are missing na, details are missing, because it covers the same pixels, it covers the same pixels. And if you see the focal length is high, focal length is somewhat high, focal length is high means you get the lesser details, you will get the lesser information, but you get more details, you will get more details. Pixels are understood, pixels are there same, but you will get interpreted more, you can get the easy details of everything you can get, but information is less. So what you require, so information is more, details are less, details are less. Focal length depend. So otherwise you can ask another thing also. So this is a angle, angle, angle. So if you see, if it is angle is 40 to 70, it's a 70 to 110, it's a 110 to greater than 110. I understood. If you see focal length is too large, you will get small length. Focal length is very small high, you will get more high. Understood. Angle, understood, two lines has meeting somewhere far away, you will get small angle. So that's why you can easily observe it. It's a 110, above the 110, it's a 70 to 100, 110, it's a 40 to 70. So angle of projection, you can call it as an angle of projection. Can I understand? Angle of projection, you can call it as an angle of projection. And also focal length, you can represent this diagram through focal length or angle of projection. If the focal length is high, the details are more, information is less. If the focal length is very small, the information is more, the details are very less. Otherwise angle of projection is in between 40 to 70, we can get the less information but we can get more details. Sir, what is the purpose? Now what we will use, you can use everything for your purpose. You need any information, okay, you will use You need more details, you can use purpose, because if you take in a so many number of images or photographs, and to interpretate those photographs is too hectic process. Are understood? So if you cover more area, you will get less images. That's it, na? So the your work is very small, you will get less work. If you see, it is a area, you will capture this much of photos. That's it, image. Okay, 5 to 6 images. Otherwise, if you want to cover more details, he covers he covers this type. So if you see, observe it. So many number of photos are we have to take in and interpret it, and we can get the details. So that is a hectic process. For your information, for your field area, it's a military purpose, or everything is important location, or every for your need or requirement, you can use every camera. You need information or details. Otherwise, both you will get in between somewhere. So you can choose everything. Okay, that's the main issue of taking photographs. Are understood? That's the focal length, image, angular projections, details, information, how the camera is working, why it is called negative, why it is called positive image, negative image. We use a sunlight, visible range, Vibza range. So that's it, na? That's the you can get the somewhat idea of what is the image, what is the photograph, how the image is happening, how the digital processing happening. Okay, we can take, see, we can get the details, we can get the photographs through terrestrial or aerial. We will discuss later. So what is the terrestrial, what is the aerial? So one can you fix in mind that we will discuss more on aerial photographs. Terrestrial photographs we can't, because in textbooks also there is not much information as there in terrestrial photograph. Only aerial photographs they are discussed extensively somewhat. So we will get the discussion of aerial photographs mostly. Okay, terrestrial photography just 5 to 10 minutes, or maybe if something information I got it, I will explain. Okay, mostly we'll discuss aerial photograph. That's it, na? So if you get the aerial photographs and information, and you will interpret that image, and you can get the details. Okay, you can get the details. That's it. That's the end of the story today class. Otherwise, some of the foreign authors using so much advanced ppts. See, so you can call it, this is exactly the art, science and technology of obtaining the reliable spatial information about the physical objects and environmental through the process of recording, measuring and interpreting of the image data. So it is a too hectic definition. But if you see, everything he uses the space technologies, topographic space technologies, sensor. They discuss some spatial objectives. Spatial objective, through the spatial objective, they explain the photogrammetry. See, photographs, terrestrial, aerial. We'll discuss later what is vertical and oblique, everything. So one thing I want to see, this is a. I want to show you this is something. It's a overlapping region. At least 60% overlapping region is required to get the elevation details. See, elevation details also will cut. So how we will get the elevation details? Elevation details get the three. See, this rays is will come, na? This rays will come, this will collide, this will intersect each other. So based on the intersect of the portions, see, it's not intersecting some ground where somewhere, how much this distance travel for this from this, and for this photograph how much distance is traveled from this. So based on this distance, and based on this distance, we can get exactly which height, how much height is there from the ground. We can say it's a plane table surveying. In the plane table surveying, through one line and another line is combinedly it's intersect, you can get exact the position of that point. Are understood? You will get the position of that point. Same thing in a aerial photograph also, based on the intersection of this rays emerging from the photograph. Based on that intersection, you can find out the position of that object. Maybe it's a ground somewhere height or below, you can intercept. These are all digital, you can't understand. We will go through like, okay. Interpretation, see this point is there, and based on this you can get one ray. So both the interpretation, you can get the elevation, you even get the elevation, are understood? So otherwise I will show one other way. So 30% overlap between the runs and swath, it's a horizontal swath, okay. You see, it's a horizontal, it's a plane going through like this, but interception is 30% is there. Swath, so we can't call it as area, we can call it as a swath distance. This is called horizontal, one photograph horizontal distance we call it as a swath distance, okay. See, these are all images we will get. Aerial photography, these are all explained in some high level, but we first you have to understand basic level, what are the information we get it, or what are the basic terms in the photogrammetry. First you can get its digital photogrammetry. See, these are the photographs, this type photographs applications. You see, he writes so many different, I can't understand examples. This way you can pictures, you can develop digital images, digital terrain matrix something or terrain properties, you can see, you will get it, you can convert it as landscapes, contours, okay. So some everything he explained from space radio sectors, okay, no need of that much spatial airborne laser scanning. See, these are all images. See, there's some city images. So no need of this much of vague nature. We will go through one by one with somewhat small. This is a horizontal. Horizontal. See? Horizontal terrestrial photography. This much of vague nature. We will go through small details with small steps. We can cover how much we require. That's enough. We don't cover this much high level of photogrammetry. It's a textbook. Photogrammetry is a one textbook is there, full size textbook is there. So you can't expect to learn total photogrammetry in one sixth class or seven classes. You can't expect, okay. It's a two different technique. So but we will get basic idea about photogrammetry, are understood? That's it.